targeting price reduction contracts. What the hell is price reduction contracts? Let's talk about that real quickly. This is about real estate wholesaling, and when it Hey my friend, this is Ola coming to you live from myEmpirePRO studios. In this episode, we're talking about targeting price reduction contracts. What the hell is price reduction contracts? Let's talk about that real quickly. This is about real estate wholesaling. And when it comes to wholesale real estate, it's about the contract, right? The contract, everything starts from the contract. Everything doesn't start from... Everything kind of starts from generating a lead, of course, right? But the moment you know you have work to do and you're probably close to money is contract. And that's why here I teach you how to start from the contract. I teach you how to start your business from the contract. Skip 80% of the hustle of everything that happened before you lock a contract in. And then you make 6 figures income, okay, with or without closing a deal. And then simultaneously, you increase your chances of closing deals 10x. 10x. That's what I teach you here. So if you're interested in that, stick around and understand that it's about technology, it's about information, it's not about houses. Now, houses just happen to be the back-end product. That's how we make back-end big profits. But there's a lot that happens before you close a deal on a property. And a lot of those things that happen, that's where a lot of people get stuck. And if that's where you want to be operating your business from and wasting most of your energy, there's a very high chance you're going to get stuck and basically fail like 98% of the industry and the business of wholesale real estate. Okay, so there's a question that came in. Let's just start with the question real quick. I'm new to wholesaling. Congratulations, because when you're new, you're actually better off than 98% of the industry. There's a lot of people have learned the wrong things, and it's very, very hard to get them to unlearn. You're gonna have people say things like, I'm gonna try this and see if it works out, because they're kind of stuck on the process, even though the process is not working out for them. And it's just hard, from a mental standpoint, to kind of unlearn something. So if somebody told you you're one deal away, just keep driving around for dollars, it's kind of hard to stop that if you've driven around for dollars for like the last 1 month. Okay, now if you've driven for 1 day or 2 days, you could be frustrated and just know right away that this is not gonna work out for me, right? But if you've driven for a while, it becomes second nature, with or without making money. All right, and then it becomes second nature, and then you get attached to the hope. You get addicted to the hope part of it, right? And the luck thing, right? You're gonna get lucky, right? But professional entrepreneurs, they don't use hope and luck. It's extremely bad marketing and business, terrible strategies. They need to see data. They need to see how it's gonna work. They need to see how often. They need to be able to track progress even before closing deals. Am I in the right direction? Am I off the route? They need to see that on a daily basis. That's professional entrepreneurs. Those are people that usually have gone through the pain of hopes and luck, and they know better, or people that understand this from an intelligent standpoint. Okay, when I say intelligent, I don't mean to dumb down anything else. I don't mean any disrespect. I'm talking strictly numbers. Intelligence, as in like military intelligence. See numbers and see where you're going. Is the trend trending upwards or downwards, right? You need to see that. All right, so if you're new to wholesaling, I think it's a great place to be. So let's continue the question. I put in offers, but usually the owners are disgusted by how low the offers are. All right, so why would somebody be disgusted about your offer? There's only one reason why somebody is disgusted about your offer, okay? I'm going to give you another additional lesson here, okay, that comes to mind right now. There's only one reason why people have information overload, okay? I learned that from my friend Jonathan Budd a long time ago. The only one reason why you have information overload is because you're not taking action, okay? That's why we set up, when you come inside, you download our books at smartrealestatewholesaling.com. That's how we set up an 11 days challenge to get you focused in on taking action. Because if you're not taking action, like just on this channel alone, there's 600 videos. You're going to be overloaded, overwhelmed with information, because there's surplus of information. And the best thing you can do about information is use it in your favor. Start using it to build your business and build 6 to 7 figure business doing that. If you're not able to do that, it's just a matter of time. Your business is going to fail. Okay, that's just where we are. That's why we call it 2000 and digital. Okay, all right. So information overload is direct result of not taking action, just so you know. So now the direct result of sellers looking at your offers and thinking it's disgusting is the direct result of talking to non-motivated sellers. Okay, some people call them distressed sellers. There's no way somebody who is not distressed and motivated will look at the offer of a 60 cents on a dollar to 70 cents on a dollar adjusted for the repair amount, right? There's no way they're going to look at that and not look at you like you're trying to steal a house away. It's just normal for you to own a house that's worth $100,000 to think it's worth $110,000 because you're also speculating like the market. Hey, my house is going to be worth 110. My house is going to be worth 120. And then you just come around, you look at the exact market, the market value, right? It says $100,000, and then somebody taught you that, hey, just offer 60 cents on the dollar, and then you go there and say, hey, I have $60,000 for your house, right? And then they look at you like you're crazy. It's a normal behavior for someone to look at you like you're crazy unless one condition, okay? Unless one condition. The house is in fact a liability for them. That means it's taking money out of their pocket. The idea of owning that house is taking money out of their pocket, right? It's a liability, even though it's a house. Most human being things a house is 100% of the time an asset, but you and I know better, right? It's not always an asset. The definition of an asset, which is something you should learn in our books, means it's putting money in your pocket. It doesn't matter where it is. It could be a human being. If they're taking money out of your pocket, it's a liability. Now, if you have consideration for long term, it's a different scenario. If you can afford to hold on to the piece of asset for a long term, it's a different scenario. With the exception of a child, okay? A child is your responsibility. You need to take care of a child if you bring a child into this world, right? So yes, they take money out of your pocket, but if you start measuring legacy in terms of numbers, the joy of having a child, then it's a different formula. But I'm talking about properties, like things, tangible things, properties, information, any type of thing you own that's taking money out of your pocket. It's a liability. Doesn't matter if it's real estate or not. Okay, it's an asset when you start to put money in your pocket. Now, if you're looking at how it's going to put money in your pocket in the long term, let's say 20 years from now, you have to be able to afford to hold on to it for 20 years. If you can't afford to hold on to it for 20 years, then the definition switch from asset to liability. Okay, now if a person doesn't already realize that and you come and offer 60 cents on the dollar on their house, you're crazy. Very simple. So it makes sense that they think you're crazy, right? So it says, came across a podcast years ago. By the way, we do have a podcast. If you want to listen on the go, just search on your podcast platform, Empire Lifestyle. That's where you can listen on the go. Came across a podcast years ago when a wholesaler will put the houses under contract at a higher price, prices that sellers are happy with, but actually won't work wholesaling, okay? Yeah, I've seen people say that too. Like, hey, they're not happy with $60,000, put it at $100,000, right? Then with the intent to ask a few days later for a price reduction. That's not ethical, you know, that's not ethical thing to do. But I'm going to give you a little twist to it in a second here, okay? The price needed, later at the price reduction, at the price needed to make the wholesale deal work. So that's what I call targeting price reduction. So you put it under contract because you have the intention to come back a few days and reduce the price. Don't do that. It's not ethical and it's not going to help you in the long run. Plus, the world is really a small place. It's going to come back and bite you. Karma is truly a bitch. Okay? So you don't have to do tricky things like that. If you focus on value, automation, and people, bringing value to people using automation, which is something you can learn in the book, Smart Real Estate Wholesaling. Just go to smartrealestatewholesaling.com and download it for free. And if you go there right now, I will give you real estate money secrets for free as well too. But if you focus on skill set of bringing value to people using automation, and then the back-end product is real estate, back-end profit is real estate deals, of course, making $10, $20, $80,000 from a deal. If you focus on the first part of the process, that will allow you, the way I teach you, you'll be able to skip 80% of the hustle, make 6 figures or 7 figures income per year with or without closing deals, and then you can 10x your deals. If you focus on that, you don't have to deal with tricky, gimmicky stuff like this, okay? But Let me give you now. First of all, it's okay to go back if you after the fact realize that your price was too much. It's always okay to go back and ask for renegotiations. That's two different things. But going into a contract price with the intention of coming back a few days to reduce it is wrong. However, you should focus on value. Like I said, you could come to a person and they're not happy with your $60,000 offer. That's why it's okay to use a strategy where you give them maybe 3 offers. This offer right here, $100,000, I can get you this money, but you gotta have time. You can't have time and money together at the same time. You have time, I can try to get you on my network of buyers, a person willing to pay $100,000. Or I can get you my real estate agent to get you, he's very good, he understands how the market works, it's not gonna waste your time. He can get you the full price for the house because you deserve it if you have time. But if you don't have time, this is the price. We can close in 7 days. You give them those 2 offers, they're happy, you're authentic, and you're coming from a place of truth. All right, that's making sense. But the reason why why people look for ways to do gimmicky stuff is because they don't have options. When they find one lead, that means one person interested, they're like, oh, I'm gonna close the deal. And then for the most part, the deals are not gonna close, okay? Most deals will fall through. The gurus forget to tell you that. Well, that's why you're stuck on one lead, right? A lot of people, while I think you're one deal away from potentially changing your life, I think one deal may not happen until you go through tons of leads, okay? So what about the process of getting through leads, right? That's what I teach you here, and that's what you can learn. Just go download the book, smartrealestatewholesaling.com. You can get it at smartrealestatewholesaling.com. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I will see you on the next one, and peace.